Dear all, today I will talk about why do we need plotting. We need plotting because after a certain limit we cannot interpret the data. Suppose we have, for example, nowadays COVID-19 data. COVID-19 is surging so much that every day data is coming and every day different data is coming. So if you do not plot it, you will not be able to understand the way it is moving, the graph, how the graph is going. So we cannot understand without plotting it properly. For example, if I have the data of temperature every day, so the data of temperature, by this data of temperature you cannot understand how temperature is moving, how is temperature increasing or temperature is decreasing. The trend cannot be understood by the data only. We have to have a plot that a movement, how it is increasing, how it is decreasing, what is happening to it. For that we need a plot. So I will say that suppose you have to any data and the data can be converted to a graph. So if you have any data, the data can be converted. Suppose you have 2, then 3, then again 2, then the 4. Then this data can be plotted as a trend that initially it was at 2. After some time it has been moved to 3. Then again it came back to 2. Then it again increased to 4. So like that. We can say this here is 2, here is 3, and here is 4. So a trend means trend of movement can be understood from this. You know that it's very important to see the graphs in medical. So suppose ECG signal, whatever the pattern of ECG is, doctor actually see the pattern of ECG. So if it is not represented in graph, how can you see the pattern? So graphs are very important. अब ग्राफ आपका हो सकता है कि आपने मैनुअली प्लॉट किया हो, जैसा मैं अभी प्लॉट कर रहा हूँ. हो सकता है कि आपने किसी सॉफ्टवेयर की हेल्प से प्लॉट किया हो. ऐसे सॉफ्टवेयर्स में से एक सॉफ्टवेयर जो हम लोग अभी पढ़ रहे हैं वो सॉफ्टवेयर है मैटलैब सॉफ्टवेयर. मैटलैब सॉफ्टवेयर में ग्राफिक्स एंड प्लॉटिंग की बहुत अच्छी फैसिलिटी है. बहुत अच्छी फैसिलिटी मतलब है कि आप इसमें बहुत सारे ऐसे फंक्शंस हैं जिनकी हेल्प से आसानी से आप ग्राफिक्स और प्लॉटिंग कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल कि आपको मान लो कि वो कोई 1D प्लॉट बनाना, जैसा मैंने अभी बनाया, कोई 1 डायमेंशनल प्लॉट बनाना है. 2 डायमेंशनल प्लॉटिंग, इवन 3 डायमेंशनल प्लॉटिंग भी मैटलैब से की जा सकती है. ये इसका स्पेशल फीचर है. और तो मैं जो इस लेक्चर में आपको बताऊंगा कि 2D प्लॉट्स कैसे बनाए जाते हैं. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी will go through 2D plots, and then in the 2D plot I will tell you the different characteristics of plot, like how to add title of the plot, how to add axis title of the plot, means x-axis title and y-axis title, how can we do that, all that, and how to change the color of the line of graph, and how to change thickness of the line, like that. So and how can we change the suppose you have plotted like this, so every point you can mark over the graph like this. So how to change the type of these markers in the graph, like that. So these kind of things I will teach you how to do in the MATLAB. And if suppose you want to plot two plots in the same axis. So, suppose you have x and y axis, and in this axis only, if you want to plot 2 plots simultaneously, then what to do? That I will tell in this session. I will also to tell you that how to divide a graph into the subplots. Means if you have a big window, and how to divide it into the small plots. So this is called subplotting. How to plot a small plot inside a big MATLAB plot. So subplotting, I will tell you how to do that. I will tell you that some advanced features like handles in the graph and easy way of editing. So let us go to MATLAB, learn from the practice. Okay, I hope everything is visible now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is MATLAB. So I hope you all know the basics and the different windows in MATLAB, and this different how this thing that this is a command window where we usually work, and here you can write any command, and you can also get output into the command window itself. If I write a equal to 2, this will show a equal to 2, b equal to 3, and b equal to 3, and c equal to a plus b. This thing you know that this is doing addition of a and b and creating c equal to 5. Okay, so in a variable a, if I want to store 2, I will say 2, and if I want to store 2 and 3 both, then I can write in a square bracket. Suppose I want to store 2 and 3 both, then I have to start a square bracket and write a space in between, and then close this space square bracket. Then it will store 2 and 3 both. Okay. Another way to do the same thing, you can in space you can put comma here. Then also it will do the same thing. It is storing 2 and 3. Okay. So if I want to store 2, 3, 4, then I have to write 2, 3, 4. If I want to store 2 to 5, then I will write 2 to 5 like this. Then if I want to store numbers from 2 to 10, then would I write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? I can write. Or if I want to store 2 to 100, then it is not good for a programmer to write everything, means write every number. So for that purpose, there is a way in MATLAB. Anybody know how to do? If I want to store number from 2 to 100 into a, then how should I write? Okay, no problem. You don't know. So I will tell. If I want to store 2 to 100, then I have to write 2 equal to 2 colon 100. This will do my job. What it means that it will start from 2. This number is the start number, and this will be the ending number. Okay, and it will increase by 1. So 2 to 100 with the increment of 1. This is a specificity of colon operator. This is special about a colon operator. This operator. So this operator is doing what it is doing. It is creating numbers from 2 to 100, and all numbers will be stored into A. Okay, let me do this. Let me press enter. When I have pressed enter, let's see what happened. You can see here there are the numbers, all the numbers starting from 2 up to 100. Okay. So this way, this operator, this colon operator, is doing our difficult job easier. It is creating this kind of numbers in collection into a single. It's called a vector or array. Okay, so okay. So if I want to store numbers from 1 to 5 into B, then what should I write? If I want to store numbers 1 to 5 into variable B, what should I write? Okay. Let me so that I can see your chats. What should I write? Anybody?
1:5.
1:5. Very, very nice. So 1:5. This will do the job. I have to just write 1:5. So this is stored into B. If I want to change the increment, here you can see that increment is by default 1. If increment has to be a different number, if you want increment to be a, sorry, if you want increment to be 2, means I want numbers starting from 2 and going up to 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like that. Suppose I want to store numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 into the variable C. Then how should I write? If I write C equal to 2:10, then what will happen? It will store the numbers 2, 3, 4, all the numbers starting from 2 up to 10. But what I want, I don't want 3. I don't want 5. So there is a different way of writing this colon operator. You have to write like this: C equal to 2:10. Okay. So if you do this, C equal to 2:2 up to 10. This is a double colon operator. You can see numbers in this variable. In this variable, you can see here, this in this workspace, the numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 are there into the variable C. Here also this is coming, that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 are stored into the variable C. Okay, so this way we can change the increment. Okay, now let us do some more thing. D equal to, now the question for you, if I want to store values 3, 5, 7, 9 in variable D, what should I write?
D is equal to 3:2:9.
D equal to 3:2:9. Okay, so this way this thing can be done. Or you can store the values into the variables, and we can store multiple values into the variable, and as per requirement we can change these values. Now if I want to have the decreasing numbers, suppose I want numbers from 3 to let us say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Suppose I want D equal to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. These numbers to be stored in D. Then what I have to write? D equal to starting number 5 colon, instead of increment of 1, here I will write -1, and then up to 1. This way, what MATLAB will do? This will do the decrement instead of increment of 1 or any number.
Sir, your voice is not.
Okay. Voice is. It will do the decrement. Let me do it. D equal to 5 colon -1 up to 1. So you see these numbers 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are here. What I wanted, that D should have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in the D, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is there. Okay. Somebody may think that what will I do if I let me try for one more thing whether this works. 1.2 to 4. What I have done here, I have taken fractional increment of 1.2 up to 4. So if I go from start from 1, so start first number is 1, then second is 2.2, and third is 3.4. Next number would be 4.6. So that is greater than 4. Therefore, that is not being stored into T. So by this, in this operator, what you can understand that we can do the fractional increment, we can do the negative increment, we can do the positive increment. These all are possible into this colon operator. Okay. Okay. Then if you think that suppose I want numbers from 1 to 150, then it is okay that 150 numbers will be there. If I want numbers between 1 and 2, 7 numbers between 1 and 2, 7 numbers between the number. So write a program to save 7 numbers between 1 and 2. Okay, so what I want in a variable, let it be E, between there should be 7 numbers between number 1 and 2. So I want such a variable E should have 7 numbers between 1 and 2. What I should write? What will you do? We'll divide the, first of all, this difference of 2 and 1 into the 7. So 1 divided by 7, whatever the fraction comes, that fraction you will calculate, whatever fractional value will come, then you will write E equal to 1 colon this fraction, whatever fraction comes, and then 2, isn't it? Let us try this. Is this working or not? Okay. So let me try. 1 colon 2, 1 divided by 7. 7 numbers I wanted, so up to 2. This is to be saved into a variable. So I have saved into a variable E. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers came. Oh, this is not good. I didn't want it. I wanted only 7 numbers. It is giving 8 numbers. What wrong I have done here? Have I done something wrong? No? I will calculate separately 1 by 7. 1 by 7 I will calculate separately. So this is 0.14. Then I will write instead of 1 by 7, 0.14 here. Okay, again this now this is going up to 1.98. So this is 3 and 3 and 6. So what actually here it was automatically calculating the exact value, and it is giving up to 2. And so this kind of confusion or this kind of problem can be avoided by using a different command that is called linspace command. Okay, so one command is called linspace. What it does, it creates a linear space between variable x and y, and you can have n numbers between. Okay, so this the same thing what I was doing, and that which was creating different numbers can be done using the linspace command. Okay, so I will write let me clear all. Clear. A equal to linspace 1 to 7 numbers. This will do the thing. This will do the exact requirement of what I had. What I had, I required 7 numbers between 1 and 2. So it is doing. This is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. Starting number is 1, last number is 2, and how many? These are the 7 numbers. So last number, this is the starting, this is ending, and this is the end. How many numbers you want? That many numbers is written here. Okay, is this clear? Linear space is used for creating the linear array of numbers. As many points you want, you can have that many points. Similar to linear space, there is one more command that is called log space. So that creates a logarithmic array between two numbers. So this is the starting power and this is the ending power. So let me take it 5, and suppose I take 5 numbers. So this creates. So what is happening here? First number is 10 to the power. This is the first power. So 10 to the power 1, and this is the last power. So this should be 10 to the power 5. And how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Third one is how many numbers will be there? Starting number, starting power of the number, last power of the 10, because this is logarithmic. So starting power of 10, and this is last power of 10. Okay, so and this is last one is how many powers will be there. This okay. So this way you can create the numbers arrays in MATLAB. Okay, so arrays can be created like this. Any questions so far? Any question, comment? I'm still not seeing your chat, so just you can unmute and speak.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
In the intervals where you are giving 1, 5, 5, can we write variables there?
Yes, we can write variables also. How can do? I will do. So suppose x equal to 2, y equal to 4, and then I will write z equal to log space. We can write variables, there is no problem. You can write x comma y comma 5. This is taking the numbers here. Let us take the same thing. Okay, so x equal to 1, and okay, and y equal to 5, and then z equal to this one. Let me clear all the things. So x equal to 1, and y equal to 5, and z equal to this. Okay, so we can take variables also. So if this is a long program and we are taking some values from somewhere, the variables can also be taken. Any other query? Is this okay? Okay, so this is the log space command and linear space command, and we can create variables like this. If I want to access any value of a variable, here I have variable A, variable B, and variable some z. These are the array variables, means we have many numbers into it. Suppose I want to access only a certain number from this array. Suppose I want to access second number of an array that is already stored, then what command I should write? Suppose I want to access 100 from Z and store into a other variable, let it be C. So if I want the second value of Z to be stored into C, then I have to write C Z small bracket 2. I don't know what is the value inside of the Z, second value. So I want second value of Z, so I can write this command. So by that you can access any value of inside an array. And one if you don't know the size of an array and you want that what is the last value of an array, then command is c equal to z end command. Here end can also be written by end. Without knowing the size, you will be able to access the last value of an array. Okay, so this was what was required before going to plot. You should have knowledge how to create an array, how to create a variable, and then you will be able to plot. Suppose I want a plot of y equal to 3x plus 7. Then of course you should have knowledge then how to create x first. You have to give some values to x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. You have to create an array for x. Then you will be able to calculate y by substituting x into this equation. You already know how to write equation in MATLAB. You have done exercise also for writing equations. So you will be able to write equation here. That you know that in this equation you have to put a star symbol in between 3 and x. Then only it will work. It will not if you write y equal to 3x plus 7, it will not work. You have to put a star for multiplying 3 into x. And this array can be created by just putting square brackets in starting and end and putting commas. This is one way. Another way is without putting comma, only space. That is second way. Third way is colon operator. You just write 1 colon 10 semicolon. That will also create array. Out of these three ways, any way you can choose, this will do the work. And then after initializing value for x, you have to calculate value for y. When you calculate value, you have calculated value of x and y, then only you will be able to go for plotting. Okay, so let us do things. Okay, so first of all, I have to initialize values for x. X equal to what I should write? That's the best and simplest method. 1 to values of x are here. And then y equal to 3 star x plus 7. Value of y are here. See, first value of y should be 3 into 1, 3 plus 7, that is 10. So first value of y is 10. That means the calculation is correct. When x and y both are calculated, then simply by using a plot command, plot the value, the syntax for this is first x-axis value, then y-axis value. X-axis value is x and y-axis values are y, and press enter. This will open a new window. This window is called figure window, and this window is called figure window. Okay, so there are some suggestions that are coming into this because many new things are being added into this. Okay, so they are showing that what new things are there. Just I'm closing. This kind of figure window you will see into your MATLAB. This is the plot. So in x-axis, values of x are here, In y-axis, values of y are here, and this line, because this equation represents a line, so this line is the plot. So in between you can see that x equal to 8, then y equal to 31. When x equal to 1, y is equal to 10. When x is equal to 2, then y equal to 13. So this is the plot. Okay, correct. Now, if you want to do some aesthetics or some cosmetics into this plot, because this is not a good means if you provide this kind of plot to any conference paper or anywhere, they will not understand anything. At least you have to have the title in x-axis, title in this of y-axis, and what is the plot, what it represents. These all things should be there. And many times people want that there should be some asterisk mark or some something like that. Some people they want that there should be some that x, what is x, so there should be x and there should be y. Just I am writing directly. This is not because of by MATLAB. There should be some x things, there should be some y thing, there should be some title if required, and there should be some cross marks wherever points are there, like that. So this is some cosmetics of the plotting should be there. Okay, so how to do that? Just if you want to change the type, and so you have to attach a third command into this. That command, let it be R, and then this, and then this, then this. Oh, sorry. See what happened. Something changed. Instead of continuous line, now line is dotted. Why it is dotted? Because I have given this colon. What colon is doing? This is making line dotted. What R is doing? R is changing the color to red. Okay. So let me write different thing. Instead of R, if I use K, then what is happening? Sorry. Okay. Now let us see the same plot. Okay. Instead of red, now this is black color. The color is changed. So there are different commands for different color. Okay, so what are those? I'll say B for blue, G for green, R for red, K for black, Y for yellow, and W for white. So whatever color you want, you can just change this one, first one. Suppose you want red, then you have to R, write R, K black, and yellow, M for magenta color. So magenta color, like that. And these are the different colors that are supported. A second thing I'm doing here, this changing this type of line. So if you want a dotted line, then you have to write double colon. Solid line will come automatically, or you may use dash for solid line if you want to change the line. And this colon does dotted line that is coming, and this dash and dot, this will do dash dot, means one dash and then dot, one dash then dot, like that. And if you don't want any line, then just you have to keep it blank. If this is blank, nothing is there, then no line. Line will go out. Then you say that you will say how to see. Then you may have some marker. Okay. So marker maybe in the second place, will come in the second place. So let me show some marker. So if I want to have some marker into it, then I have to A comma B. See, here the pentagon. P represents pentagon. So marker points are there. And I may remove this line. If I don't write this, then you see this plot. Where is the plot? Okay. See, the line is removed from the graph. Only marker points are there. What are different markers? So dot for a point marker. You can use O for a circle marker. You may use X if you want X mark, plus if you want plus marker, star if you want star marker. Where you have to put marker, after the color you have to write the symbol for the marker. And S for square, D for diamond, V for triangle, upper triangle, left triangle, right triangle, P for pentagon, and H for hexagon. Like this. These are the different symbols that are available in MATLAB for the markers, different markers. Okay, so that can be used for here. What kind of marker? If any marker, if I want other marker, suppose I want star, and line should be dash dot. So dash dot. Let us see. Dash dot line, star marker, and K for black color. K represent black color. Star is for marker. Dash dot is for line type.
I have one question on this. Is there any help command available for the plot?
Yes, help is available. Help you can do just writing here. Help plot. That will show you different things. There are many different ways of plotting. So plotting is a very detailed command. So it will show the different things. Okay, so here it is showing what different things you can do. So I have told these two things, means X, Y, then this cosmetics. Other thing is that you can change line width, because the line is also very thin. If you want to make it more thicker,
so
then
you're giving you the format or the argument for the plot command. So
yes,
for this different kind of syntax, like for different kind of
this is
color coding, etc. So
yes.
Is there any tool available to find out, or we have to memorize those things, or if we have to take the help of Google every time when we need to plot?
Whatever things, actually this comes after some practice, after doing some of the plotting, we will be able to understand, know which kind of color represented by which one, which type of code. Otherwise you have to do Google, because in this help they will not show all the things. They may give some examples. If you go for the detail help, there is, if you click here, documentation for plot, they will go some more details. Means they will give some examples also. But if you want that there should be some table, that table kind of things will not be available. What I have told, those things will maybe this thing is there. You can go to the help, in the detail help, and see these things.
Okay.
These things are available. Okay. So every time you don't have to go to the Google, and here also this is available.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I wanted to know about the indexing part in MATLAB. I mean, it starts from 0 or 1?
The indexing doesn't start in the MATLAB from 0. It starts from 1. So, for example, in this array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, X is an array. 1, 2, there are values of 10. If I want to access 3, then I have to write X of 3. Here you suppose this is another array 10. If you want to access the second value of this, then you have to write phi of 2. That means indexing is from 1. For first value you have to write 1, for second value you have to take 2, for third value you have to take 3. So indexing is from 1 instead, not from 0.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other question?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Is this okay till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let us go further. You have understood that how to do these things, and now I will go to some more things to do. How to, for example, if I have an exponential plot, I will take an example of exponential plot. Suppose I have x equal to 0:0.01. I will take small values up to 5. Okay. So with the increment of 0.01, it will go up to 5. And y is equal to exp 5. I am just writing that I will 5 of x and minus 1. What it means? This means y is equal to, y is equal to, y is equal to e to the power 5x minus 1. I have written this equation and I want to plot this equation. What command I should write for plotting? Simple. Just I have to write plot x comma y. Just I don't want I just want to a plot. So this will come. This will show us this plot is there. Okay, this is the plot. But what is happening here, that we can see the values here, and this part is not being shown that what are the values here. Means what are the different values, and this is not. So if you want to zoom in on this part, suppose if you want to see the part from 0 to 2, what are the values in this graph, then there is one command that you can control the axis, that you can have this plot instead of 0 to 5, you can minimize it between 0 to 2. So what command you have to write? You have to write axis command. Axis command, where you have to write, let me tell you first the syntax of axis. So axis, in the axis, this you have to write x minimum, from where x will start, x maximum up to which you want x, then y minimum you have to give, and then y maximum you have to give, and then close the square bracket, then close this small bracket. So I will do the same thing here. So x minimum is 0, x maximum I want up to 2, y minimum let us take 0, and y maximum up to 50. And sorry, there was some error. I have not closed this. Okay, so it is suggested that you have to close. Now you can see this. This is now this graph. This plot is now modified, and x-axis is only up to 2. So if you have already available, any plot is already available to you, and if you want to zoom in, if you want to see the values of particular area, particular x and y, then we can use this command into our program. Then this command will control the axis. You can see the values are now visible, which were not visible in the previous one. If you want to, someone will say that I want to see both of the plot together. I will show you just after some time. I will show both plot together. Okay, and how to add title into this plot? You have to write command title then my graph, suppose my plot, any title you can write. So this should be into the single quote. By mistake I have given this double quote. This should be in every string. This is a string, so string should be into the single quote. This is my plot. This my plot is there. This my plot that I have written is here in the title of the graph. Similar to that, you can have the label into X. For giving X label, you have to write command like this, X label. For giving Y, by mistake, LABEL actually should be here. Okay, so for this is for X label, and for Y I have to write Y. Now let me see my graph. No, sorry, this became X label X, and for Y I have to change Y label actually, this Y label Y. Okay. So I have to write Y label, X label and Y label into this. X label X and Y label Y. Then you will see X in the X label here and Y in the Y axis. So in this way you can give labeling to X axis and Y axis also, and you can give title to the plot. Okay. Somebody may say, sir, is there any way to write some text in between? If I want some text, write some text in between this plot, then can I write texts in between? So there is command called gtext. Suppose I am writing here anywhere. There is purpose. Gtext command. So gtext anywhere will open this graph, and one here cross here. You may be seeing this cross here, and wherever I stop and click, there it will be printed. So this text, whatever text you want to put in between in the figure, you have to write a gtext command, and gtext command will allow you to write anywhere in the plot. Okay. In this way you can write text at any plot, any place. Okay. So this was the thing. Okay, so one more thing you will ask that, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Can you show me again how did you write anywhere? How did you print anywhere?
How did I
print that anywhere, caption anywhere?
Okay, once again. Okay, I'll show it once again. See, I had a plot. I will plot. I have already variable section Y, so I will plot X comma Y by using this command. This will plot one figure. This one figure window is here. Yeah, I want my name into this figure window anywhere. Then I have to write here gtext. Let me write my name, Dr. Atul. Enter. Now, when I move my pointer, mouse pointer to that figure window, it will open a cross here. And wherever I want to write this text, there I have to click, left click. And this left click will print the text there.
Okay. So what is the meaning of G?
Can't we change later? So can't we change the location anywhere else?
After clicking you can change. You can't change. Before click you can change.
Okay.
And if you want to give some, there is only, if you write only text, then there you have to give some location 20 comma 20, and if you already know that at which location you want to write this text, then you can give the location address, means x value of location and y value of location, then this thing, and this will also do the same thing. Means this will also put the text into this graph. Okay.
Sir, what does G stand in G text?
I don't this thing this is a command actually. So actually there is no full form of this like that. This G10, what does this tense? This is a command by MATLAB. So there is nothing like that. This what this means actually. So this is actually maybe global text they have given. I don't know which is what is correct, but
Maybe graphic text.
graphical text maybe there or something like that. They have just created a command where you have flexibility to move, and if on the figure window you can choose where you want to write the text. Okay, so this is x-axis you have known, y-axis you have understood, and labeling of the figure you have understood, how to give title you have understood. One more thing is that suppose I want to plot two lines into a single figure window. And suppose I have another variable, I have x and y here, and if I have another variable z, and if I want to plot both of the things into the single window, then how to do that? Two things are there. One thing is there, one plot, one figure window. Another plot, second figure window. Third plot and third figure window. So I will now open an editor. I generally open by edit command. So here I will take x equal to 1 to 10. This will give the value of x, and y equal to 3x plus 7. One equation that I started in, I had already explained in the starting, and then I write plot x comma y. What this script will do, this script will give you plot of between x and y, and linear means a linear line will be plotted into this figure window. Okay, that is over. Then z equal to, suppose there is 5x plus 3, and I write plot x and z. If I want plot x and z, what will happen? What will happen? A new plot will come between x and z. This is again a straight line. Question is whether there will be two plot windows. Here is possibility that first plot will do one window, second will be in the other window. Second possibility is that first will be plotted and then second will be plotted over that same plot. Third possibility is there, first plot will be there, and when you are writing the second command, then first plot will be erased and only second will be plotted. So out of these three possibilities, which possibility MATLAB chooses? Third possibility. What MATLAB does, when you write plot x comma y, then it will plot x comma y. After some time, when you have written a new plot command, it will erase the previous one. It will plot only the last one. Let me show you. Let me show the plot. Okay, so the first value at 2. Let us verify y. Value at 2. This is y is y is equal to 13. Okay, So at 2, so the both have 13. So let us verify at third, x equal to 3, x equal to 3, y is equal to 18. So which plot this is? This is second plot. Okay, I will show you all windows. I don't have any other plots in the C here. There is no other plot window. Only one plot is there. So which plot is there? This is the second plot. This is second plot. What happened to the first plot? This one. This is not visible. This has been erased. So in MATLAB, if you write the plot command again, what it will do? It will clear the previous figure window and it will overwrite a new plot command. Then you will ask, yes, sir, how will I do if I want both of the things? I will tell. Don't worry. I will answer this.
No,
So
sir,
how
I have a
to do-
doubt.
Yes.
Sir, if the first plot is erased, I mean x comma y, then why the coordinates are represented by x comma y? It should be represented by x comma z.
That's that coordinates are by default. Actually, x comma y are by default. If you want your x and z, then you have to write access command. X label and y label you have to give. X and y are by default. See this is capital X and capital Y here. I had written a small x and a small y. So these are different. Because in MATLAB is case sensitive, you know. So therefore these x and y and these x and y are different.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
These are by default that are coming from the MATLAB. Okay. Okay, so the values you see, currently I am in different mode. Value you see at 5, it is 28. So at the fifth value, you see here value, fifth value 28. Fifth value 28 is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth value is 28 in Z only. Okay. Where was the plot? This one. Okay. So how now I will tell you how to do if I want both of the plots to be there, then what I should do. Thing is you have to write a figure again. Again you have to write a command. You have to not again, just because first time it will open automatically a figure window. Second time what it is doing, it is plotting in the same figure window. So what we will do, we will give a command to MATLAB that open a new figure window. Don't write into the previous one. Just open a new figure window and write into it that. So you have to write a figure here again. Now let us see. Now it is opening two figure windows. Figure 1, you can see here, figure 1, this is figure 2. Plots are also different. Okay, this is one requirement. Someone may require two different plot, and someone will say that no sir, I want both of the things to be in the same plot. So if you want both of the things to be in same plot, then you have to write here hold on command. Hold on command, what it will do? It will hold on the previous data into the plot. It will not erase previous data. See what is happening? Both of the figures are here. How did it happen? Because of this hold on command. Hold on, what hold on is doing? Hold on is maintaining the previous plot. It is keeping the previous plot into the figure window. If you don't write commands like this, then what will happen? Previous one will be erased. You will be having only the new one. If you want separate windows for the different plots, you have to write the figure command there. This is the way how to do the multiple plots. So this is the.
I have one question on this. This two plots can be plotted on the same window if you have a comparable data of y-axis. Okay, so if you have a various or a quite large difference of the y value, then one might be kind of straight line in comparison to other one, or can be other way around. So in that case, what I want two different plots, but when I extract the plot, it should be on the same page. So is it possible?
Okay, understood. I am think that you are asking that if you have the different data for X and different data.
No, the data for X is same. My
Yes.
X-axis is common, but the Y-axis, one is very high, very large value, one has very small values. So if I plot these two lines in the same, what you say as a window,
Same scale, yes,
same screen, then one which has the lower value will be like nowhere. I mean, it will not show up there.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
compared to this first one. So in
yeah,
that
you are
case,
right.
what I want both the windows there, and I want to use that both of these figures in my paper or somewhere. So in that case, I want to extract those figures, and I don't want to extract one by one and go to PowerPoint, make that figure as a one, and then use that figure. I want straight away from the MATLAB. Is it possible?
Okay, you are asking that one data is very large and other data is small. So if you plot the large data, then small will not be visible, and if you plot the small data, then large data will not be visible. One option is there that you can use this axis and this axis both, and one axis
It is I mean, it is for the 2y. We have multiple y's we have, right? So in that case, it can vary a lot. I'm just giving you one example of the two axes. So you understand my point, right? So it happens in research where we want
this happens.
We want different axes, but we want to plot in a way that we can extract on the same page or in a common figure. So in that case, it can have in one figure can have different panels, figure 1, A, B, C, but I want to extract all those figures in a one page. So I don't want to go to MS or Office or kind of Microsoft.
Okay.
So that kind of thing, I don't want to do that. So is it possible on MATLAB? Are you getting my point?
Yeah. I think you are asking that if I have one plot and the other plot, and do you have any way to combine these two into a one window instead of going into the other PowerPoint or anything? Yes, there is a way. This is called subplotting in MATLAB. Okay. So if I have time today, I will cover that also.
And again, I do not know whether we will have other session on plot or it is the only one session we have. I don't know. But one more question I have. Actually, we take a lot of data from the laboratory and we want to plot that. We already have many plotting tools, but if I want to use MATLAB, is it possible to use my or user-defined data instead of writing the equations? I want to have the experimentally.
You can have user-defined data and experimental data if it is available in Excel or if it is available in text file. So that can also be imported into the MATLAB, and then it can be plotted. There is no problem.
We may have many doubts on this because it is the one which we use as a researcher many a times. So though we are using different tools, but if I want to use MATLAB and we can correlate more, so we may have many questions on this. I don't know.
This is very useful for the research. Right. So actually, a lot of time is invested by the researcher on plotting representation of the data in a proper way. Yes, therefore, this is a very important topic also for the researcher, or for everyone also, because any report or anywhere we do plotting only, we do write our data in plot form of plots only, and what are the different way. So I will cover, if today it is not covered, then I will take another session and I will cover detail. Many more things are there. All the things I will cover, and I hope every possibility means everything that you want that is available. You might have seen in other papers that can be done in the MATLAB. I assure you that everything can be done here.
Yeah, it should be. but
Yes.
depending upon our capability, but it should be there.
Yes, it depends on our capability of understanding and our capability of doing things. There are many more things in this plotting. Okay,
Right.
so just I'm starting, therefore I'm starting from very basics and going to the things in a sequential way so that people
Okay.
can understand and they can do the things. Otherwise, if I do the very large things starting itself, then from similar to the last session of live scripts, people may not be able to get it. So therefore, I'm going step by step, slowly, so that everyone can understand the things. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Then multiple plotting we have done. One question that sir have raised, that is a nice question, and I will cover that in the coming time. Okay, so we have done this multiple plots into a single window. What sir was saying, what the question have been raised by that how can you do if I have one plot, if I have one figure window between X and Y, another figure window between X and Z, another figure window maybe between X and M, something, and I want to have these three in a plot combinedly in a single window, then how it can be done? This is the question. So the solution by MATLAB is called subplotting. They have command subplot command. Means in this subplot command, what MATLAB understands and considers a single figure window first. Then if you want to have three plots in a single window, then you have to write 1 and 3. It is said that 1 row and 3 columns, and which place you want. Okay, so here I want division of 3. So 1 row, division of 3. So therefore this is 3. And for the first figure, this 1 will come here. For second figure, 2 should be there. And for third figure, 3 should be there. I will explain this by example. Let us understand this thing by example. Here this is one example. I don't want hold command. I want here subplot. You have to write subplot command before every plot. For first plot, I have to write 2, 2, 1. You see 2, 2, why 2, because I want what I want. I want these two plots combined. So, sorry, there should be, I think, I mistake. I have done 1 row, 2 columns. 1 row, 2 column. First figure is this one. Therefore, I have written 1 here. Second figure, 1 row. This is 1 row. This is first one is for this. Second is for these two. This one is because of this one, because 1 row. And second 2 is because these 2 columns. And third one is for this one. Here, this is second plot. Therefore, here is 2. Other things are same. Just understand the subplotting. And let me show you first what is coming by executing this. See, this is one single figure window. Both of the plots are here. You can do plot aesthetics like writing the X label, writing Y label, writing the title of the plot that I have told earlier into this. So in the single figure window, both 2 are available. If there are multiple 3, 4, 5, suppose there are 3. If I take 3, I write 3, I don't have 3. I'm just writing 3, then what happens? I'm showing just what happens if I write 3 here. The third window is blank. It have divided plot into the 3 plots, but and third plot is blank because third is not written in the program. In this script, third is not written. Therefore, third is blank. But I have planned for 3. Therefore, that space is blank. You have to do planning. In the subplotting, you have to plan beforehand that how many plots will be there, how will you divide the space of a single figure window. Okay, is this clear?
Yes, this is clear. And one other question, I think somebody also raised this question. If I want to write what we say ligands in somewhere in the plot, you said there was one command that is called what was that I wrote somewhere? Yeah, gtext.
Access.
Gtext
Yeah,
was
gtext.
the command.
Oh no. For ligand also there is a command.
Okay.
You can write ligand. Legend is also there. You can write legend differently. It will automatically give a good. Suppose I want plot, first plot, then for second plot.
Okay.
This will not come in this subplotting, but legend will be much more useful in this hold on command, with the hold on command. Okay, so with the hold on command, you can write like this. Just I'm, for example, writing first and second. So legend can be done by this. See, okay, still this is, I have to close first. Okay. See, this is legend.
Yeah, that's fine. And can you make that italic?
Yes, that also can be done. Let me first write a detail. First, this is first plot, and this is the second graph. Legends are more useful when we do multiple lines into a single plot. Then only first and second, and also the color have been mentioned, that which color is first and second color is for what. So that can be done. And you want that italic, how to do italic and how to do other changes.
Change the font.
Yes, those things can be done in a different way. Let it be here only. Here itself, you can do this changes. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, so there are many things are available in this.
So we can practice actually. If you have time, then you can show it. Otherwise, we can practice ourselves.
We
can just click on that.
You understood that this is the basic thing, and we will do it later on. I will tell you these things in detail, and there is some other way, and many other things are also associated with the same thing. So therefore, I am not telling it in detail now. I will tell it later. Okay, so this is what was the basic 2D plotting. You can use both of the y-axis by using plot yy command. So plot yy command, suppose I take a new figure window and use a command plot yy. This plot yy, then x comma y comma x comma z. Let's see. So here, what is happening? I am using both of the axes. I am using this axis also and this axis also. For the first line, I am using this axis. For the second line, I am using this axis. Both of the axes can be used. This is the previous figure, and this is the new figure. So what I am doing, this is for the first y, and this is for second y. Means both of the y-axis can be used by using this plot yy command. This is multiple multiple plotting only, but this what I am showing because of the requirement. Different people require different thing. Maybe y for the different y, this will be different for, suppose y is exponential. Suppose y is your z is exponential, then both of the things cannot be same. Exponential of x, see the values are very different, cannot be plotted together. If only these two can be plotted together if you use the different axes, different y-axis for both. Okay, so plot yy command is used for this. How to select left and how to select right, which one will be left, which one will be right. First one is left and the second one is right. Currently first one is left, second one is right. You can also change these by using the command yy left. Before writing plot yy, you can before writing this plot yy, instead of writing plot yy, I can write this command. Instead of writing this command, I can write this thing yy right, yy axis, sorry, axis right, and here I can write yy axis left. There are two ways. One way was that what I had done previously, and one way is this. Okay. Oh, this thing is not done. I think this is the previous plot. Left and right. So left is chosen for the first and right is chosen for the second. So if I write right first and left for this, that is also possible. Means I can change the axis according to the, here now see, here the 10 to the power 4 is now in the left, and the 40 which was left in the previous figure, now it is in the right side. So you can change this y-axis according to the requirement. This is these are the multiple plots. Okay, one more useful plot is pie chart. Okay, so let me show you one example of pie. Suppose you have your home in the CLC, I will write clear. Suppose anybody home, anybody is having different people are having different expenses for their home. Some suppose for example, for essential things we are expending, some person is expending 5,000 rupees, and for luxuries somebody is expending 8,000, and for education, child education, somebody is expending, for example, 20,000. Okay, like that. For medical, somebody is expending, for example, 5,000. This data is there, and if I want to know that what percentage is used for what purpose, it is better to show in the form of pie. In the form of circle, then different. You might have seen in the different places like and this diagrams like that. So this is better to represent in the pie chart. So how to do that in MATLAB? We can do this thing in MATLAB by using pie command. So I will store the data into x equal to, for example, I have told that 5,000 for first thing and 8,000 for second thing, and I will take only 3 things, and 2,000 for third thing. These are 3 things. For plotting it into a pie, I have to just write pie command and then this variable. This will open a pie chart. It will show percentage. Okay. So first one is 13%. You are expending the first thing, and 33% in the second, and 53% in the So if you want annotation for these things, then you have to give annotation. Means if you want to specify for what purpose we are using, so then you have to write x comma. Suppose first one is essential things, essentials of home is being purchased in this first thing, and second thing is for example luxury, and third expense is for suppose medical. Okay, and then close it. Now in the plot you see that there are the it is markers. It is you can see here itself that what different things. This green is forward, this blue is forward, for this yellow is forward. One more thing is there in the pie chart, that you can have it separated. Means one, suppose you want medical thing to be different, to come out of the box of pie chart. Then you have to write command like this, x comma, suppose that's false. What is the meaning of these things? I will tell. True. And then the same thing that I have written here. I will do Control C and paste here. And then I have to close the bracket. Now, okay, one thing is missing, I think. Oh, something is missing. Okay. Some okay, so I think they have, this is sensitive. Actually, MATLAB is case sensitive, so even if you make a small and capital mistake, then also it will give you error. So now you see this medical thing is popped out in the pie chart. Why? Because I have written true for that. Other things are false. False means they will be stacked into the pie chart, and whatever is true, that will pop out from the pie chart. This is the other chart. So one more 2D plot is there, that is called histogram. For that, what is the use of histogram? Histogram is used for counting the values. For example, I will show you that suppose you have x equal to 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, then 7, 5, like this. Then when you do plot the histogram of x, then what it will show? It will show that 1 is 2 times. So for 1, it will go up to height of 2. 2 is 3 times. For 2, it will go up to the height of 3. This histogram is how many times it is repeated in your variable. And then 3, how many times it is available? It is available for 2 times, so it will be 2. For 4, this is 0. For 5, this is 1. Like that. For 6, this is 0. Like that. Okay. So let us do that. X is equal to, let me show you first. X equal to, I have to write 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 2, 1, 7, 5. and command is hist. Only hist. This should be small. So hist of X is capital. This is the histogram. Now you see, am I right? For 1, it is going up to height 2. For 2, it is going up to height 3. For 3, match is this my plot and this plot. For 3, it is going up to height 2. For 4, it is 0. For 5, it is like that. Okay. So that how many times any number is repeated into any variable, that can be done with the help of histogram. So that is called by using that is done by using hist command. The command for this is hist, HIST X. Okay. Is there any question or query till now?
No, sir.
Anything in comment, chat? I have not observed the chat window. Okay. So I think,
excuse me, sir.
yes.
I wanted to know how to set the increments, like for the y-axis and the x-axis. Can we set the increments, like say for example we have 1 to 10 values, instead of going from 1, 2, 3, 4, can we set the increments ourselves? Like, is it possible?
I can't understand. Okay, I think you want that. Let me first explain your question. You want that 1, 3, 5? If it is possible, yes.
Yeah. Like we can set the increments for ourselves.
Can we set these increment values for ourselves? Yes, we can do. This thing I will tell you in some other time. This thing can be done in plot.
Okay. And setting the minor axis as well, like for example, as in like 1, 3, 5, and setting the increments in between. Say for example, if you want some other values in between.
Okay,
say,
if you want 1.5 and
say like not as in on the scale, but like can we show the tick marks in between, and all those things can be done?
Yes. All those things are available in a plot editor kind of thing is there into the MATLAB, and the property editor is there. So by that we can do. So there is a lot of things in that can be explored. I will show you short. Suppose you have plotted this y equal to 3x plus 7 and plot x comma y, because there are many things in that, therefore I have not still started that. I wanted to tell here, this is a figure window, and the figure window itself many things are there. Okay, so there are many tools. You can, when you open this figure properties, and edit, it is opening a different editor, figure editor will open, where there are many things that can be changed. Okay. Actually, everything, these things can be done here only. Here many things are there, and all those things can be changed by using figure properties. Some of the things are changed by using the figure prop. Here that actually not opening what I wanted to tell you. Okay, so I'll tell this all. There are many things that that can be done by using this plot edit in the figure window itself. You can change the different figures. We can change to italic, different fonts for axis or different things by using here italic, two different things. And there is property inspector. I think now it is open. Property inspector. Here you can. Here there are many things. Rulers may help you then by changing these limits, x limit, y limit, and the increment values. And the grids also can be done if you want to give the grids to x. Grid size, style, color, and what difference, minor grids, that all can be activated at this from this only. Property inspector have many things. Means all aesthetics, all cosmetics of figure, whatever is required in a research paper or any report, that all things can be done here itself. Title, if you don't want to write by command, you can give here itself the text. Text you can write any my plot. So many things are there in this. This is the thing that is to be explored. And font name, font color, font size, which should be bold, italic, what type of font you want, what should be the position, how it will interact, different many things. There is one possibility of parent child also. Means inside a figure. This is now my plot had come here. Here in a figure you can also have a small figure inside a figure window. That all can be done because we are going too much late from our scheduled time. Therefore, I am stopping here. Thank you all for your attention. And you can explore this property inspector by going to edit and open figure properties. Click on the figure properties. It will open a figure property inspector. And this property inspector, many things are there that all you can change. Okay, so these many things are there. They have given search window also for searching those properties. Okay. So I'm not we don't have too much time that we can cover all those.
There is a question in the chat, sir.
Yes.
Rekha ma'am is asking, can you explain subplot again a little bit on subplot?
Instead of explaining again, I think it will be better to share this video if you can have this recording.
Yes,
because
we will share this
other people, those who have understood the subplotting, it's an easy thing, not a very difficult. That inside one plot, you have to, you can plot multiple things. Okay, so you can, we will share this video, so you can have the subplot. Otherwise, I will make a small clip of subplotting and share it to you all. Okay, because other people have understood these things. Therefore, I will not like to repeat it again. Any other question? Query?
How we can open this MATLAB inspector? I think we will explore it. I will personally explain this, the inspector window or figure properties tomorrow.
In the practice session you can do it, explore it in detail.
I will cover it in detail. Means everything, whatever are told with the syntax or with the commands, we will do all those things with the property editor. Actually,
yes.
For MATLAB 2016, means from MATLAB 2020, the properties have been changed. Means the windows are different. So I will give you a demo on both the versions, means a lower version also and the upgraded version also.
Yeah, exactly. So they are different for different versions. So there is that is also, and we actually I was running out of time. Therefore, I have not explored that property inspector have a lot of things. Therefore, I am not explaining all those things in detail. But I have just given an overview. You can go and explore in detail.